Hi everyone, Jason here. I wanted to explain a little bit more about the app because we couldn't explain everything in detail in the video. With the devices, you have all the data being transmitted to the app. Now what the app does is obviously it can track your repetitions, your weights, your sets, rest time, all these other things. Now, I wanted to explain a little more detail about the app and three main core features that are important about the app. You're gonna have, first of all, the image over here, which you're gonna have three different images sliding through, showing you in detail how to perform the exercise. So everything's completely guided. You will have guidance as to how to perform the exercise by clicking on the screen or by viewing the images that are related to this by clicking the three dots up at the top. Going a little bit more into the weight tracking, the reps tracking, the set tracking, and the timer. The sensors in here are sensing all the data from your workout. That's being reported to the app. And now what the app will do is it'll start tracking that weight. So this is your target weight over here. So let's say you have to perform 40 pounds or you have to perform 50 pounds, depending on what you set your target to, which is already gonna be preset. This is gonna determine how far you are from that. So basically that's what this dial is determining, how far you are from reaching that weight. Once you reach that weight and it hits here, that's when it starts counting the repetitions, right? So it'll start counting down. Now there's a specific reason why we count down. So the core feature number one is the auto push feature. The reason we do auto push is because we want to make sure that you're constantly progressing. How do we make sure that you're constantly progressing? Well, by constantly putting more load on you. So if this week you lifted 40 pounds, for example, for an exercise, next week, in order to make sure that you're getting stronger, you should be lifting 41 pounds or 45 pounds or however much stronger you get. That's what's determining if one, you're sticking to the right diet, and two, that you're actually working out consistently enough to be progressing. Next core important feature that we have is counters. So these are the counters that are going to be tracking your repetitions, the amount of weight that you're doing, the sets, and even what exercise you're on. So what we do here is once we start tracking that amount of weight that you're doing, we start tracking the amount of reps, right? And we count down. The reason we count down is because we want to make sure that you're emptying that cup, so to say. So humans have this nature of wanting to empty things, and thus why we're counting down here all the way to 0. So if you have to do 12 repetitions, 8 repetitions, however many repetitions you have to do, this counter will count down based on if you're reaching that target weight or target goal. Now, after a certain amount of time, what will happen is the weight will start to increase. So it'll be a little bit harder to get to the end here to count it as a repetition. And thus, that's what's gonna show that you're growing. Now over here on the bottom, you're gonna see the amount of sets that you're doing. It says sets 2 out of 3, right? So it'll say set 1 out of 3, 2 out of 3, 3 out of 3, depending how many sets you're doing. You could be doing 4 sets, so it'll be 2 out of 4, 1 out of 4, whatever. And that's how you keep track of your sets, so you don't have to keep track of that. The app will do automatically for you. And now for the weight, you have the pounds over here. So it'll tell you exactly how much weight you're actually lifting. So this is where it'll start measuring the amount of weight with the devices, right? It'll measure the amount of weight that you're actually doing and it'll start tracking it. All these repetitions will be counted out loud in your ear. So no matter what audio device you're using, you could be using a speaker, like how we have the bucket speaker. You could be using regular old headphones, or you could be using wireless headphones. No matter what headphones you're using, all your repetitions are automatically told to you by ear. So you could be listening to your favorite music, you'd be listening to whatever you want, and you will have the repetitions being counted in your ear. So you don't have to pick up the phone. The last thing we want you to do is, that used to bother me a lot, is have to take out your phone every now and then and check to see how far you are, or have to place that phone somewhere and constantly be looking at the phone. You could if you want, but you don't have to. You can have your phone in your pocket and this will automatically tell you what reps you're on. It'll even tell you when to go to the next exercise, what set you're on. So you never even have to look at your phone. It'll tell you exactly when your rest time is up as well. And the last important core feature is habit analysis. So this is where we start getting into learning how you're performing, when you're performing, how long you're taking your rest, your breaks. And we start seeing everything that you're doing with the app. We start analyzing all that data that's coming again from the sensors, right? And basically all that data, we're using it to learn about you, to learn about what your habits are, When is it that you're performing best? Do you tend to work out better Monday mornings? Do you tend to have more energy at certain amounts of days? Why are you progressing at certain amounts of time? And so with all that information, we can kind of conclude and kind of show you that information and tell you, hey, you've been performing very well on this day or this time and whatnot. Maybe we should change your schedule and change your workouts around so we can adapt to you and make sure that you're maximizing your time, maximizing your energy and efforts. Also with that, obviously you know what you're eating for your diet and what you're taking into your body for your nutrition. And so you'll be able to correlate, oh, maybe I performed better on that week because I was eating this food. Or you can start isolating. You can use this as a way to measure your body and see how it's responding with certain foods for a certain amount of energy. So that concludes the core features of the app. If you guys have any questions, feel free to comment in this YouTube video. Or to put a comment, if you're watching this on Kickstarter, you can put it in the comments page on Kickstarter. Thank you guys.